So I've been an activist since I was 16, but I didn't join a specifically anarchist organization until I was 20. I was in New York City and I joined the Love and Rage Revolutionary Anarchist Federation. And that was a federation of local groups that were mostly in the US, one in Mexico City, and some folks in Canada. It was kind of amazing. I learned so much from that. Basically, one of the great things about it was that we had working groups that sort of organized our work around specific struggles that were happening based on what's going on in society today. So we didn't decide, from a theory that was abstract from our lives, what activities we were going to engage in. We looked at the world around us and we decided that we would work on some of the issues that were really affecting people around us, and we were going to work on them in strategic ways. So in New York, they were raising tuition drastically on the public universities, and the City University of New York was always a very working class college, and mostly people of color, and mostly women, and there were a lot of homeless students, a lot of students on welfare, and they were taking that away. And we decided we were going to fight on that, we were going to fight that, and we were going to look at a lot of different kinds of strategy, but the main thing that I learned was that you can actually create theory as you go. If you were, basically we would write these local reports. We were part of the anti-austerity working group, so we were fighting austerity programs in the mid-90s. So all of these budget cuts that were affecting our university were austerity programs, and then the other local groups were like in the Midwest, in Detroit, in Minneapolis, and they were fighting similar things. And so we would each write a report about what was going on in our local area with our work. And so we would reflect on what of our campaigns were working, which strategies were working, which seem to not be working, and how do our politics fit in? Like, how does our vision for our new society fit in with the work that we're doing day to day? So we demanded free tuition. We want a university that's open to everybody. And we want a university that's run by the students and the teachers together to decide what is the best education, and also is accountable to the community. Ethnic studies isn't just like a nice thing. It's also this amazing liberatory concept, because you're studying the movements of resistance that have made New York City, and that's why we fought for ethnic studies, and we fought for women's studies, and all of these programs. So we would write up what was working, and what I learned from that is that you go into the streets and you demand free tuition, and then maybe the powers that be give you a concession. They don't raise tuition as much. But by going to the streets or taking over buildings in your university, or going on strike, these are the militant tactics. And if you really build power and and you inspire enough people, these are the tactics that work. And I think that being in a revolutionary organization helped me to be part of summing up those lessons. So basically, CUNY students, the university students, are usually just sort of being, if they become politically involved, they're going to be trained to be part of the Democratic Party machinery in the city. But we were resistant to that, and because we had a revolutionary organization, we were able to set our own agenda and say, everything we do is in the service of this vision that we have, that we're explicit about, and all the demands that we make and all the demonstrations that we make are going to bring us closer to that vision. And people were excited when they heard about that. It inspired people, and people were willing to fight for that. So I felt proud to be part of that movement, and also to be part of an organization. And we didn't put building our organization before the movement. We were in it. We were in it to win it. It was pretty amazing.